Hi guys, so I thought I'd do a video for you. This is actually why I'm a pro-life vegan, and also kind of the interconnections that I think veganism has with the pro-life movement. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. I'm going to make a little recipe now. I'm going to make some vegan pulled pork with some stir-fried vegetables. I'm probably going to have a wrap with it as well. So it should be quite a nice little meal. Right, I'm just going to fry up my vegan, what's it called, pulled pork, onions, and what else? Vegan pulled pork, onions, I don't know what else they're called. Uh, right, so I'm just going to fry up my vegan pulled pork with a bit of oil and with my onions and other vegetables, so that should be quite good. I'll show you what they look like when they're done. I probably shouldn't have put the vegan pulled pork in yet because it doesn't take very long to cook and the vegetables take a lot longer. So hopefully that'll be alright. So yeah, I'm just going to fry them up a bit more. I'm going to make a little sauce in a minute, I think. Right, so now what I've done is just added a little bit of water in there so that the vegetables can steam up a little bit. And I'm just going to put the lid on like that. This is a really, really good plan because you can kind of like fry and also boil at the same time. It's really cool. Okay, so now that my vegetables are nice and soft, I'm just going to add this salady vegetable mix. I actually got used to putting lettuce in stir fries in China because they do that quite often. And they also stew up lettuce as well, so that's quite a nice idea. But yeah, this should soak down a little bit. And I'm just going to add some soy sauce as well. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. It's quite a lot there. Oh well. And also some ginger if I can get it out. Come on, ginger. Okay. Anyway, maybe not as much ginger as I would have hoped. And also a little bit chili powder in there as well. Okay, so I'm going to actually put some of it into a wrap and then have the rest as just a stir fry. I think adding a bit of hummus to the wrap as well would make it a bit nicer. I did put a little bit too much garlic in there. That's I don't know. It's probably far too much garlic, to be honest. Yum. Okay. There we go. So I think that's one nice wrap done. And then I'm just going to have the rest on the side, I think, is just a little vegetable mix, a bit more extra. Okay, so I've got my food here, my little wrap, and then my stir-fry stuff. It should be really, really cool. It's pretty good. I still think I put far too much garlic powder in it, but I would definitely make this and definitely add lettuce to your salad, stir fries. It's really, really, really good. And they often do that in places like China. I had it in Beijing once. We had hot pot, which is basically like a big stew with various vegetables, and you can put meat in there as well, but obviously I'm vegan. And it was really, really nice having lettuce in there. Anyway, I'm going to go on and talk about being pro-life and vegan. So, to be honest, I really feel like in the vegan movement, most vegans give the benefit of the doubt to animals like oysters. And I just find it really, really odd that they give the benefit of the doubt to oysters, in that even though oysters don't have a central nervous system yet, they say, oh, well, we should give them the benefit of the doubt and we should actually let oysters live and not eat them. But on the other hand, when it comes to an unborn baby at the age of, I think 5 weeks, they actually start having nerve cells. Now, this isn't a complex nervous system like we have now, but I find it very odd that vegans don't give the benefit of the doubt to unborn babies at the age of, 5 weeks, because again, both creatures have a very nerve cells and a very, very simple, uncomplexed nervous system, and scientists don't know quite whether they feel pain. Um, so that's what I find. It's one of the issues that I find really odd about this, and I also kind of feel like being pro-life is actually more important than being than than being a vegan. I honestly believe that. The reason that I believe this mainly is because even though late-term abortions are a very, very, very small number, there's a very, very small number of abortions that happen at beyond 22 weeks. And this is not necessarily always done for medical reasons. I mean, it often is done for medical reasons, like the baby has Down syndrome or something like that. Um, but quite often these abortions are done because there's a change in circumstances and the woman doesn't really want to be a single mum and that kind of thing. Actually, when we look at American studies of this, late-term abortions are normally done because the woman was able to access services as soon as she wanted, or she there was a change in relationship status, that kind of thing. So the issue with abortions over 22 weeks, at 22 weeks, between 22 weeks and 24 weeks, is that even though this is a very, very small number, it's essentially thousands and thousands and thousands of babies every year. And when we look at, if we said like 10% of those babies would be able to survive, because 10% of babies around the 22, 23, around the 23 week mark are able to survive and able to live. Even if we said, 10% of those babies would be able to survive, that's still thousands of children every year that are being killed unnecessarily. And so why I kind of think it's more important than veganism is because essentially I just feel like we should put human life above animal life. Um, I mean, if I had to choose between thousands of babies being killed every year and I had to choose between billions of animals, I would choose the thousands of babies, even though I think both issues are very, very important, obviously. So that's kind of one of the issues that I have. And the second issue that I have is that a lot of the excuses that people use for aborting children, like it's inconvenient, it's inconvenient, they use for not eating meat. And I think that if I got pregnant, then that would only be 9 months out of my entire life, and that would be it. And okay, maybe I wouldn't be able to, I'd have to postpone doing a PhD, and maybe I wouldn't be able to go to China in those those 9 months. But it's not my whole life. And there have been courses that I haven't done because I'm vegan. I actually dropped out of A-level biology because it involved me dissecting animals, and there was no alternatives that the university, sorry, not the university, that the that my A-level college could offer me. So, I mean, as vegans, we always make those sacrifices. So I don't see, and I'm going to make those sacrifices for my whole life. So me actually being pregnant and making that sacrifice, it's a lot less than me being vegan for the rest of my life. If It just seems very odd, and you do see this a lot with people, like the excuses that they use for unborn children, and the excuses that people use for um, killing animals are pretty much the same. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Please subscribe and like this video.